G'day and welcome back to RC Model Reviews. I'm going to start this review somewhat differently. I'm going to cut straight to the flight footage for this, the OMP Hobby T720. Let's see how this thing flies. So there you go, this is a really competent little model. This thing, you could give this to a rank beginner and they would have no problems. Now, as I say, I'm a Mode 1 flyer, but this came with a Mode 2 transmitter. Very difficult for a Mode 1 flyer to fly a Mode 2 aircraft and vice versa, because we have muscle memory that works the wrong way. So it means that I tend to, instead of opening, if I wanted to pull back on the stick, I'd actually be cutting the throttle. And if I wanted to climb, I'd be raising the throttle, because my elevator is reversed with the throttle compared to Mode 2, which most people fly. So I really needed a model that was super forgiving, super stable to fly Mode 2. And I did. I didn't have a single crash. I mean, I've flown it multiple times. And the damn thing just, when you get into trouble, just let go of the sticks and it's straight back, straight and level. Now, there's other, I think Horizon Hobby or whatever, they have a number of models with a safe system or whatever it's called. But they're getting pretty expensive. And this is engineered really well in a number of other ways. It is very light, 140, 150 grams, I think, something like that. The motor is way up out of the way. You're not going to break the prop, but you do get a spare propeller, and everything is designed to sort of clip together, clip apart. For example, I can just pull the wings, bing, wings come off, see that? And in a crash, they come off. So I hear. Of course, I've never had a crash, so I wouldn't know. And to put them back together, you just push the two halves together, make sure that all the holes are lined up, and that the aileron is lined up with the little control thing, and push it. Done. It's back together. See that? So simple. You don't need it. You don't need a screwdriver. You don't need any glue. You don't need any tape. You don't need any string. You don't need a concrete nail gun or anything. You take it out of the box. You clip it together. You charge one or both of the little flight batteries, 300 milliamp 2-cell batteries. You put 4 AA batteries in the transmitter, and you go flying. It really is that simple. And you do go flying, because if you just don't touch the sticks, this thing just flies itself. All you got to do is steer it round. You don't even have to worry about using elevator to any real degree. If you just use the rudder stick, you can steer it around and it will take care of the up and down by itself in the stable mode. It's got two modes. It's got the, what do they call it, normal and sport mode. Sport mode reduces the effect of the gyro, so you have more control. In the standard mode, in the normal mode, it flies itself and all you do is disturb it. You just point it, steer it where you want to go. So for beginners, it's brilliant. They don't have to worry about getting the elevator right. They just have to worry about steering it around the sky. And once they get comfortable, switch to the sport mode. They've got a bit more control. You can do things, you can turn more tightly and all sorts of things. And it has a trick button, which I haven't used, but apparently you can do aerobatics and things. Look in the manual. I didn't go that far. So for a beginner, it's got everything. It's very quick to assemble. It's got everything in the box apart from the 4 AA cells for the transmitter. It's incredibly durable. It just pings apart on landing or crashing, and you put it back together in a way, you fly some more. It flies quite slowly, which is another big bonus, because you don't want things happening quickly when you're learning. Yet I managed to fly it in quite a stiff wind, and it coped remarkably well. Now, I also gave it to a couple of the local club flyers here. Gave it to Ron, gave it to Neil. They both had a fly, and by the time Neil had to go, the wind was up, so his flight was a little bit, you know, as you'd expect with a very light model in a strong wind. Even with the stabilization, you're actually having to fight the gyros to keep it going into the wind. But it proved it could handle quite a range of conditions. But if you're a beginner, stick to calmer days. You know, you don't want too much wind. It just makes life a little more difficult. But this will give you what you need to get in the air, get you going. And as I say, because it's less than the 250 grams, you could buy this for somebody, a child or a friend or yourself. And Christmas morning, you open the box, and I guarantee you, within an hour, you'll be flying this thing. No registration required. No extra money to pay to the government to say, oh, you know, I want to go on your offenders list. This will get you in the air super, super quickly. And I'm struggling to find any negatives. I really am struggling to find any negatives on this thing. It's just, and as I've been flying model aircraft for over 60 years, radio control models for probably over 50 years, and I had a ball with this thing. I've got 3D aerobatic models. I've got highly aerobatic, very fast mini quads. I've got jet-powered models. I just had so much fun with this thing. You know, the smile on my face. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a picture of that, but because I was filming the model, but just brilliant fun. So it doesn't matter whether you're 7 or 70, this thing is just so much fun. And as long as you realize what it is, it's a model that basically flies itself until you interfere with it. So this gets a big thumbs up from me. This has to go on the, if you've got someone, a child or someone, a friend, and you don't know what to buy them for Christmas, buy this. And because you'll get so much fun out of it. And even if you don't, they're not expensive. And if you watch out for the Black Friday sales, I'm sure there's going to be a few of these in the Black Friday sales. You might pick one up for a song, you won't regret it. I mean, I love having products that I can say, this is a definite buy. Definitely buy this. And this is one of those products because it really is. It's just fab, brilliant. I love it. Ohio Model Products have done a stunningly good job on engineering this. It's built to a very high quality and it just flies. It just flies all by itself. Anyway, I hope that has excited you as much as I've been excited. Get out there and buy one and get in the sub 250 gram class. I've been flying a lot of sub 250s in the last week and they're all so much fun. So this is sub 250. I've got some more sub 250 reviews coming that you'll want to see because it really, in a way, it's the future of the hobby. We don't have much alternative in some cases. I certainly will never be registering. So if it means I can only fly sub 250, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. Anyway, that's it. To the comments with you. Thanks for watching. Thanks to my Patreon supporters. No mid-rolls. I'll leave you if I've got some extra footage of some more flight footage with this thing. So watch and enjoy. Bye for now. Okay, another wind picked up, of course. Yeah. Mine. Right, let's have a go.
Watch that, it's stable.
Yep.
Dumping.
It is super simple. No fun fire.
Yeah, you can tell.
It's pretty good for having a slight muscle memory. And it's actually quite a bit of turbulence off those hangers, but that stabilisation system is just keeping it really nice and stable. But it's slow.
Does it do tricks?
I haven't done the tricks yet, but it has a trick mode. Hands off. Complete hands off. Not touching the thing. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, it's pretty fresh. Hands off downwind. It's so easy to fly. Now I don't even have to use elevator or fans really. The stabilisation system knows up pretty well. You're not flying perfectly down. No, it's pretty good. Thank you.
Ah, look, the wing came off.
And the wing comes off. It's brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic. I love that. Yeah, this is definitely a recommended. Look, it's still going. It's a thermal saw. I was trying to land at my feet and it's just still flying. It is amazing. It's going to go all the way to my hangar if I'm not careful. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that flare. Ooh, yeah. Oh, man, that is impressive. This is just, well, I don't know why anyone wouldn't want one of these.